guys to Southeast Asia and India. We're going to get started with a performance of an Indian dance, Bollywood Indian dance. For those of you that don't know what Bollywood is, it's an informal term that is used for the Hindi language film industry. In India, the Bollywood is the largest film producer in India and one of the largest centers of film production in the world. The name Bollywood comes from the name Bombay, which is the former name for Mumbai, and Hollywood, which is America's film industry. Today we're going to show you a dance called Aaja Nachale, which means come on, let's dance. I want to show you guys something that's from the Philippines. It's called a kubing or a jaw harp. If you've never heard of one before, this is basically made from a little slither of bamboo. There's a slit cut through the center right here, and it moves up and down. Basically, that's going to become my vocal cord. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say A, E, I, O, U because vowels are the easiest to hear, but the sound won't come from my vocal cord. It's going to come from this piece of bamboo. I'm just going to move my mouth to what I want to say, and as I flick that, that becomes my vocal cord. So if everyone just stays quiet, and you'll hear me say A, E, I, O, U with this piece of bamboo. In many regions in the Philippines, more of the tribal areas, they do entire wedding ceremonies speaking through this little piece. That becomes the vocal cord. And they also produce music. There's different tones you can make, and all you do is you're moving your tongue around in your mouth. If you notice, if you try to say A, your tongue kind of depresses into your mouth, so that's all you do is do that, and then as you flick that, that'll become your vocal cord. So I'll play a little bit of the different sounds. And again, no sound's coming from me. It's all coming from this little piece, and I'm just moving my mouth in different ways. So another thing I want to show you guys from the Philippines is the martial arts style called eskrima, or stick fighting. These sticks are made out of bamboo or rattan sticks and can also be made out of hardwood. These guys are going to show you a little bit of demonstration of the fighting style known as eskrima. And the point of the fighting, when you use eskrima sticks, is to get the opponent's stick out of the other hand by attacking their knuckles. And even once he loses a stick, the same fighting style he would learn with the stick, if you notice the hand motions, that we're going back and forth. Those are just simple movements that they're going back and forth. Even after losing the stick, the same motions that he would use with the stick he can use in a form of martial arts called salat, which would use the hands as your weapons. The same style he would learn with a stick in the hands he can use with what's called a bolo knife, which is a short knife where the blade would come out the other end. Same exact motion. So you can learn one style, but 3 different weapons. You have the stick, your hands, and a different type of knife. Question and answers to test your knowledge. Everyone look at this map, because it's going away now. Someone raise your hand. We have prizes for your answers. Name 4 countries in Southeast Asia.
China.
China is not in Southeast Asia. Malaysia. Vietnam. 2. Okay. We'll get one more person.
Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Indonesia, and India.
All right, that's good. Good job. Give her a round of applause. All right, someone tell me, what kind of climate do you think most of Southeast Asia falls within? Temperate is not right. Tropical is correct. Most of Southeast Asia does fall within a tropical, hot and humid all year-round with plentiful rainfall. Someone tell me, what major river in India is considered most holy to the Hindus?
Ganges.
Yeah, so you're studying it in India. So the Ganges River is correct. Good job. Now the Ganges River is most holy to the Hindus, but they do have issues with pollution. If you notice in this picture, there's a lot of debris in the water, a lot of rituals, a lot of festivals that require things to be put in the river. So it is an issue where it is becoming polluted, even though it is holy to the Hindus. All right, how much of Southeast Asia and India with much of Southeast Asia falling within a monsoonal climate, what weather-related issue do you think would affect the region? Red sweater? What would come from the rain? Flooding, perfect. Flooding is a major issue in the area. The entire region falls within that monsoonal area, all of India and Southeast Asia. So flooding is a major issue. With monsoons, that means they do get rain almost year-round. All right, can someone tell me what religion is most widely practiced in Southeast Asia? In the back corner? Hinduism is not right. Buddhism is not the most in Southeast Asia. Richard? Islam is correct. Islam is the most practiced religion in Southeast Asia. Many people think it is Buddhism because of Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. A lot of the area does practice Buddhism. But Indonesia has the largest population in Southeast Asia, and Indonesia practices Islam. A lot of the government is based on Islam, so Islam is the highest one in Southeast Asia. Now, what religion is most widely practiced in India? In the back? Hinduism is correct. Good job. Now with Hinduism is not the same type of religion as Christianity is. They don't. It's more of a way of life instead of a religion they practice. They do still have one main deity, but they have gods and goddesses that focus on certain encompassing things in their life. They might have a god for business or a god for prosperity, depending on what it is. They still have one main god, but all the lesser gods for different things in their life. It's going to be the 3rd most popular religion behind Christianity and Islam, with about 950 million followers. Someone tell me what the approximate percentage range of the literacy rate is in Southeast Asia. Richard?
Around 50%.
50% is pretty low, actually.
70%.
70% still kind of low. In the very back? 68 still low. Red shirt? 90% still low. Back corner? 99 is a little too high. We can take 97. It's above 95. It's a little above 95%. Good job. Now, with the literacy rate being that high in the region, if you notice, a lot of things are starting to come from that region. With that higher literacy rate, people are able to get higher skilled jobs and start to industrialize their areas. Southeast Asia is mainly focused on farming and because of the farmland in the region, but because of the literacy rate becoming so high, they're able to become more industrialized. What is the predominant form of government in Southeast Asia? Democracy is correct. It's a unitary form of government. Democracy is the main government type in the area, but they also have a parliamentary monarchy. What does monarchy mean? As a king and queen. Many countries in the region still have kings and queen. We're going to see the Thailand king and queen here shortly, but that's why a lot of the countries still have the parliamentary monarchy in the area as well. All right, which country is considered to have the largest democracy? Do what? India is correct. India has the largest democracy in the world. It is based off the English form of government, as England did occupy India for the longest period of time. All right, and we talked earlier about the literacy rate being high, so the economies were able to become more industrialized. But what else does the region still have to focus on in order to sustain their economy? Do what? No, that's not right. Well, that's part of the industrialization if they produce goods and services. So what else do they still have to rely on in order to sustain the economy? What kind of natural resources? Agriculture. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of the area still has farmland, and so agriculture is a major thing. Also tourism, as a lot of the area relies on tourists to come in, but agriculture is a major portion of what they still have to rely on, even though they are becoming more industrialized. What we're going to go into is some free exploration where you guys will be able to walk around, enjoy the information on the boards, and that's the things you have to see. We also have what's called Filipino tinikling, which many of you might know what that is. Over here in the corner, if you guys want to try that out, that will be over here. The snacks that we talked about earlier, we'll be walking around and let you guys try out the snacks. We also have the option to have your name written in the Thai language on a fan and a hand tattoo for $1 in the corner as well. With the Extreme of Fighting, there'll be an option to do that, and they'll show you this way over there. So you guys have fun.